Well, it's a catch-22, and you got to know your horses. That when they're at their home, they know they're home. If I could take any one of my horses out of this barn that's been here a few days and turn them loose at the other end, they'll end up back in their stall. They're creatures of habit, and so it's like traveling. Do you want to take them and put them in a hotel room for 2 or 3 days, or do you want to show up the day of the race? Or, you know, it depends on where I'm going and the temperament of the horse as to what time we get there and how early we get there. Now, it's not scary, but it can be. That's one place a horse is vulnerable and can get hurt, is either in the gate or actually breaking from the gate, because there's so much force that goes into pushing them, all that weight out so fast. But it's amazing how some of these riders are so calm and cool, and you'll see in some clips with talking to our riders how intelligent they are about horses and how smooth they can be. And as long as you have a good rider and a good handler, which almost everywhere you go these days are good people around horses, it's pretty easy to get them used to it. Devin Kelly knows my handicap is my swing. Now that is a dumb question. He's played enough with me to know. Not really. I like to watch races in the same place all the time, and I don't know if that's superstition or it's a good spot to watch them from, or just where I'm comfortable. But I'm not real superstitious. You know, I've been fortunate to have a lot of mentors in a lot of different aspects of my life, and of course, it started out with my father, and but more of my mentors have been about how to handle myself in business, and the horses I just kind of grew up with and learned by trial and error from my father. But
some more personal.
Yeah, some more personal. Like Alan Jerkins, it just was the guy that I got to be real close to near the end of his life, the last 10 years of his life, and I think he's one of the greatest American horse trainers to ever live. No, here's the theory. Here's what I tell everybody that's new to the game. It's an expensive game, and it's expensive to be in our barn. We put a lot of money into all these horses, and the only thing I want to make sure is that it's a horse that can pay its way and won't put a person in a financial bind. You know, I've taken a lot of chances on horses. That's a very good question, though. But I'll say patio pro. That's not that wasn't that big, but there's some key points in certain horses' races, and one of them is Patio Prado when he was a maiden still at Gulfstream Park, and there was a stake or a maiden race. I could have went into either one, and I thought he'd want to go further. The maiden race, the stake was a little further, and I thought he should have won a few of his races. Different circumstances kept him from it, and I ran him in the stake, and he won, and that just put him on a path towards the Kentucky Derby, which changed a lot of things, and he ended up third in the Derby. But then, you know, took a chance on Court Vision. I really liked him, and he's the second highest priced horse in Breeders' Cup history. Dullahan, we took a chance as a maiden and ran him in the Grade 1, and he ended up winning. I don't have any problem taking shots at big time. At Keen Ice at the Travers, I was taking on a Triple Crown winner. That was a pretty big step. But I don't ever have a problem with taking those. Wayne Lucas told me when I was first started going to Saratoga, we happened to walk out together, and I was having a rough day, and gave me 2 real good pieces of advice. He said, quit judging yourself day by day. You got to do it on 5-year increments or you'll go crazy. And he said he'd make millions of dollars running horses where everybody said he didn't belong. Don't listen to him.